Hello, I'm making a video which just shows I have more time on my hands than I know what to do with. But we are at the Piscean new moon, and I was thinking about ways that we can use this for our magics, our intentions, our prayers, whatever. And this new moon is in Pisces, which rules the 12th house and is Neptune ruled. So a little bit about that. Neptune is a planet that likes to dissolve boundaries. It is cloudy. It's unclear. It will drain energy. It can make you tired if it's in a harsh aspect with your sun or your Mars. Neptune also rules addictions and escapism, all of these things. And the 12th house is our house of undoing, the house of karma. Whether you believe in karma or not, we can use this as a shortcut to say what we have to say. Planets in the 12th house are things that we need to work on. May have brought them with us from a past life. They were unresolved in a past life. So if you have the moon here, maybe you didn't speak up about things that you needed to speak up about in a past life. Also, that would apply to Mercury being here. Or maybe you said too much in a past life. Uh, And so Mars here might indicate, or Aries, might indicate that you were a soldier in a past life and maybe didn't use that energy in a way that you should have. Maybe you were too combative, something of that nature. But whether or not you believe in past lives, look at the planets that you have in the 12th house and think about what might need resolved about those things. If you don't want to look at your chart, that's okay too. You can just write about it because writing is another tool of self-exploration. And I think that one of the things that we're here to do is find out about ourselves. Now, Neptune wants to dissolve all boundaries between people, doesn't want us to, um, the 12th house is a place of seclusion and of getting away and of escapism and all that. But Neptune's ultimate goal is to dissolve those boundaries and make us realize how alike we are instead of how different we are. With this new moon, we have that new energy that we can use, but it's at the end of the zodiac, Pisces, in the 12th house. So it's like winter rather than spring. When we move into the Aries new moon, then Mars will ignite things and we can move forward very quickly with all kinds of actions. And we can use our energy for things that we want to happen. But right now, we need to work on the roots of things. Neptune was a sea god, and you can think of Neptune as wanting to dive below the surface of our subconscious and bring up issues that we need resolved. We can do this in a lot of different ways. Might be a good time to talk to your therapist or a good friend, but it is also a time when you can free associate. Just take off writing, light a candle, ask your higher self, what did I bring with me from a past life that needs resolved? Or what kind of issues do I need to look at before the moon moves into Aries and we get to spring forward into the planting of all these seeds that we want to plant and all these things we want to do. At the same time, another way that you can uh, use this energy is to become a little more grounded because Neptune is so spiritual minded that it doesn't really touch Earth. And in fact, Pisces, one of the things is that is of the feet and how sensitive and tender the feet are because they don't really want to touch ground because Neptune is more about headspace. It's more about uniting with people, dissolving boundaries, all of this kind of thing. And a lot of times with the Pisces moon, we are our own worst enemies We judge ourselves. We don't think that we measure up to what other people are. All of this happens with Pisces. We don't feel that we are included in this world. And so that is another reason why some people would rather go to a retreat or seclude themselves, join a monastery or whatever. So we can work against that right now, not against, but using that in order to find out what is going on with us. We can use this as a tool. Light your candle, get out your paper and pen, and begin to write what may be in a past life. If you can't think of anything, then fictionalize. Think what was it? What am I most interested in? Because a lot of times, maybe what you're most interested in was something that you did in a past life and that you feel a little bit homesick for now. If you have a moon in the 12th house, then you probably are homesick for something that happened in a past life, for homes that you had in a past life. You may spend a lot of time in this life looking for something that you will never find because you've already had it. If Mars is there, maybe you were a soldier last time and you didn't quite use that energy the way you needed to. Maybe you were too combative. If Mercury is there, maybe you said something you shouldn't have, got in trouble with that, or maybe you didn't speak up when you should have. Whatever you find in that 12th house or in your writing that you can use to get yourself grounded, to find the roots of problems that you have, deal with this during this new moon. That's one way we can use this before that Aries new moon comes. That is Mars fueled in the first house of emergence and of identity. Once that gets here, we're going to want to move forward and plant those seeds and watch those flowers bloom. Right now, you're just working on tilling that ground and getting it ready. Another thing to do with any new moon is to write those prosperity checks. So there are a couple of different ways that you can use this new moon. Draw you a card if you have your tarot, if you have runes, whatever. Uh, draw a card or rune to tell you what you need to focus on. One thing that you can do next month in with the Aries is to shuffle your cards and look for the knights by turning the cards over one by one by one by one until you come to a knight. And when you come to that first knight, note the element that it's in and realize that that is a way that you can move forward with that Mars energy. For right now, just draw a card to help you with the writing that you're doing about your past lives and things that you need to fix before that Aries moon gets here. We've got a lot of changes coming next month. We've got a major one with Pluto. Pluto is intensity. And when Pluto changes sign, there's big changes in the world, and then we've got to deal with those. Also, wherever Pluto happens to touch in our chart, in relation to other planets, especially Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. So we've got all that to look forward to next month. Let's get ready this month by spending a little bit of time getting in touch with the deeper issues that we have to deal with that are causing us trouble right now, that's helping undo us in that house of karma. Happy new moon. Work it. I love ya. Bye bye.